These were the things that you were thinking about last week. First one is a flashlight by Nebo. It's absolutely brilliant bit of kit actually. But that's the first one. Magnetic end, they're absolutely excellent, these things. So that was the first one. The second one is out of gas. It's a lighter. The third one, it's a pen. Standard pen that you would write with. And the last one was this, a pair of glasses. I just keep these in the vehicle just in case I need to read something that's in tiny print. They make print small now, don't they? Well, that's what you say as you get older. Oh, the print's getting smaller. Hello everybody and welcome. This is an area you might recall is called Winterburn. And it was probably about 2 years ago in this forest where we first came across and I first met the energy of Yabadkab. So we're going to try and reconnect with a few members of the family as we walk through these paths here. See if there's anything new. I haven't been here for some time, so we'll see. Okay. This is a mixed tree forest. There's a lot of oak tree, birch, some lime. Over here we've got some rhododendron. It's a really difficult time of day to film because the sun hasn't risen properly in the sky. We do have some blue sky up through the trees, you can see up there, but we're struggling with sunlight as usual. So I'm trying to get the light balance correct and it's just really difficult. So to reconnect with Yabadkab, I'm going to ask Yabadkab, are you able to communicate with us? And she is. She is able to. So I'm going to ask, how are you? She's saying she's very well. And her family. How is the family? It's doing good. We're growing. We're expanding. And I'm just going to remind her, this is where I first came across your energy when you had explained about Wayfarder's passing. And I really felt your energy on that. Saying yes, it was a very difficult time. And I had to make a lot of adjustments. She's saying she has lots of grandchildren and more on the way. Things evolve, things change, things move on. That's what she's saying. We have to adapt. I've had to adapt. Right. And you still have some younger ones, 15-year-olds. The youngest is now 15, coming up 15. Right. So she's explaining that I have come across her, one of her sons or both in different places. Now I can picture, she's showing me in my head where they are, and where I have seen them, shall I say seen them, met with their energy. And the crows are busy telling tales. What are you busy with these days? Are you able to say? I think she's sort of explaining that because she still has young ones, she also helps with grandchildren. Her and her, was 12-year-old, now 15-year-old, nearly 15-year-old, they help with grandchildren. Have you had a period of time away? So she's saying she did travel back to my home of origin. How far is that from Winterburn here? 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days. Am I right in thinking that distance is about 30 to 40 miles? A bit further. A bit further. It's quite rough terrain. This is in northern England, am I correct? Yes. Right. Have you any advice for us? For the viewers? Have you anything you'd like to share with us? She's saying thank you for being patient and having the willingness to connect. This is to you, the viewer, by the way. So expansion to the mind brings about a lot of learning, so much more, and understanding, more understanding of ourselves as well as other people. Did you choose this forest as an area to connect because of the yew trees, Rebecca? Partly. Is that because of the ancient protections they bring to us all? More to do with their ancient storage, dissemination of knowledge. So are you saying that these yew trees behave like a thumb drive? They hold ancient energies, store ancient thoughts. collective thoughts. Fascinating. Fascinating. Many thanks. Many thanks, you bad cab. I'm sure that I would be correct in saying that we would all like to convey our love and warmth and thoughts to you, and thank you for communicating with us. Much appreciated. Thank you. You're welcome. She's saying you're welcome. I'm always here. That's nice. Very nice. So, if I try and bring my mind to a back. A back is a back in our space of thought. Yes, I am, my dear. Yes, I am. He's giving a little prediction here. He's saying, look to the future because there are bright things to come, but there are hurdles to cross. Is that for us as in general, as people, or for the world? For everyone. For everyone. They're trying to restore and maintain some semblance of balance. Am I correct in that's the right interpretation? Because the energy of the world is polluted. In some areas, darkness has been allowed to enter. So it's now time to follow the light, to follow our brightest star. Well, that's very apt given the period of the year. Things will come better. The world will restore its balance. But the next few months are going to be tricky. Thank you for that. At the back, how are you overall? Very well. And how about Fabasukra? I can hear her saying, I'm good, I'm good. And the family. She's saying they're all making their paths. Have they all had their life's paths determined for them? Bidey will soon be a mother. This is planned for this year. At Sobey and Bidey, they are planning to have a child this year then. You will be a grandparent again then, if all goes well. God willing, yes. God willing. And Gefeber. I see Gefeber's image quite frequently when I'm editing my films. Little Tababa. He's not so little. Nearly 9. 8 going on 9. And he's saying nearly as tall as me. Wow, I'm 5'8". Leola. So he's saying that Leola is in an educative, meditative state. And the crows are having a hissy fit. Mebke, how's Mebke doing? She's coming into her stride. She was taught well, she certainly was. So just a reminder, Mebke was taken under Ahachida's wing, and she was taught and learned how to bring new members of the family into the world. She acts like the midwife. Right, now he's just said Mebke will also have, she will also have decisions to make or to discuss regarding the health of children. And how best if there are issues, how best to overcome or deal with issues. So we have a helicopter flying over at the moment. This is actually near a castle where there's a very wealthy member of the gentry lives in that castle, so I suspect that this might be him coming back in, or his helicopter coming to collect him. The life of the super rich, yeah. The family in general are back. The family in general, are they in good health? So he's also saying they are. He's saying about the expanding as well, expanding of knowledge as well. And they learn from us. We learn from them, but they also learn from us. So have you set out a plan for this year, for this coming year, for us, for our learning and different thoughts? So I just knocked a deer up over there. It frightened the life out of me. Have you organised a plan for us at all? Your plan is all in hand. So he says you've explored the idea of portals. I think what they're doing is laying like a background. Once you understand that these things are all there and they are existing, then everything else becomes a little easier to fit into place. Is that correct? It is. Okie doke. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We're back. Am I able to connect with Dacia Gaia? So he is engaged with something at the moment. And who's saying this? Athenian. Hello, Athenian. So Athenian is telling us he's engaged with something at the moment. But she's saying, I can assure you his heart is open and welcoming to everyone. And thanks everyone for their patience and participation. You have to be very patient with me. Well, I'd just like to convey our thanks and our love to Dacia Gaia also. And Athenian, how are you, my friend? How are you? She's saying she's very well. She's saying new vistas, new horizons. Are you in general? Right, I see. In general. Is there something that we can do, or should I say I can do better? There's always room for improvement. So what she's also saying is we may be more on hand than we are aware because of the imbalances in the world. These imbalances in the world, are you saying that they are going to affect everybody? Absolutely. And is that this coming year? Yes, this coming year into next. There's a lot of hurdles, but we'll get over them, we'll adapt. We will all find a way through, we'll all find a path through. But there are going to be major changes up ahead. And we must be prepared for those. So this is my kind of morning, folks. It's a little bit crisp. Thank you, Athenian. Thank you for enabling, because I think you are the one who has enabled those passages of communication this morning. Saying it's my pleasure. We all have much to learn. I should also say that there is a very busy highway behind where I'm standing, about 300 metres, yards, whichever you want to move in that direction. So if you hear traffic noise, the wind is blowing in this direction, so we're particularly picking it up. And the little birdies suddenly have got something to say. So this was really all about a reconnection, to let everybody know roughly what is going on. So we'll keep our eye out on Bidey and Sobey. I think that Sobey has some very important kind of connections to make. I think he's a communicator, a facilitator. He certainly facilitated my being able to connect with this family, with the family of a back, and I think that he is a very busy man in that way, and so it looks like there's going to be some changes for him and Bidey. Sound of little pitter-patter feet. So, let me see, will this baby be born in the coming year? We are planning. Well, good luck. Good luck and take it steady. And lots of love to Bidey from us all here, and to Sobey. Great deal of respect for Sobey. There's a very, very funny sense of humour. That is something that I can't really convey sometimes, but the humour from these families, it's wonderful. So if you were channeling somebody who was in spirit, you would speak as they spoke, or they'd give you impressions or images. This is very much what the people do. I'll get a quick image of something, or they'll use something that I understand to convey their thought, what they're trying to say. So it's sometimes odd how we may hear something regarding something that's technological, and you think, how on earth do they know about that? So one of the questions that I want to ask is, when other people wish to connect with you. She's asking if it's with me or with us, Zanu in particular. So let's say Zanu in particular. You have to be mentally ready for it. So if you have a lot going on in your life, it perhaps would not serve you. And they don't want to upset any kind of equilibrium or balance that you have found. Though they may unknowingly, from your point of view, guide you and assist you, just nudge you in the right direction. I know some of you do communicate on a regular basis. You are very aware of the family in your vicinity. You're aware of their presence. You may not have seen them. They do not like being seen. And to be seen, I think, is a very, very, what can I say? Seen in the physical, it takes very, very special permission. That's the first thing. And I'm hearing and feeling saying, it is coming, Sally. It will be coming. When the world is ready for it, it will be coming. But also, if they are in the same environment as us, so immediately as she's saying this, she's showing me the granite. I'm getting the image of the granite. So, when they are in the same environment as us, we feel their energy. And not only does that, it can make us nauseous, the energy can make us unwell, nauseous, and it's just the way two energies meet. Same also for us. So this is why they step back from being physically close to you. So when you feel, or when you see imagery on some of the video, and you see faces and imagery, that's them projecting their imagery towards us. Because if they were to stand in our, say, 20 feet away from us, our energy would certainly feel it, we would know it. Our energy would upset their energy as well. Now this is interesting, because what she is also saying is cameras, cameras, electronic tech in general, it works off frequencies and waves, microwaves, sine waves, frequencies, megahertzes, all this stuff. And I think they operate through it. We do too, but we don't acknowledge it. And it affects their balance as well. Now that's interesting. So when they see human beings, they keep out of our way, because they feel, we've said this before, we've discussed this before, they feel our energy long before we feel them. Although we may actually sense that we are not alone, but they can sense us long before that. So for those of us who are connecting with these families, we should also be aware. And they're saying you might find this difficult, but we are reconnecting a broken link in the chain. Is that correct? So for some of us, we may not always have been who we are, where we are, and our energy, our family's energy may have been elsewhere. And what they're saying is, this is reconnecting. So for somebody now who might be, say, in their 60s, their grandparents, their great-grandparents may have been very, very aware of the people, very aware of them, very aware of their presence, very aware of their connections, and may well have conversed with them. We think we are making a new connection, when actually we are reconnecting. So would that be so in my case? She's saying yes. In my case, the connection is ancient. Wow. I know I'm old. Just feeling a little bit older. For some, you might have been considered to be a part of their family, as in the Bigfoot family, the Zanu family. Because your grandparents, great-grandparents, not necessarily conversing, but were aware, and some were conversing. Is there some reason why this would not have been disclosed? Right, okay. So she's saying heretical. Heretical. Purely because of the fear from people who were within religious groups of something that was unknown, bigger and stronger than them, and they immediately assumed, quite incorrectly, that it would be heretical. So I understand that, I get that. Well, thank you everybody, thank you very much for watching, and from here at Winterburn, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I hope you get everything you need, get yourselves all organised for Christmas, so take care, thank you, bye.